third person will be joining us today. Okay, so I'm actually having some issues with my internet today, so that's why I suggested a late class, because it was supposed to have been fixed by now, but that is not the case. Anyway,
Okay.
yesterday we had covered everything in basic PT. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I tried that Python script after that SSH login
What did you try?
to escalate the privilege. Yeah, yeah. Using sudo command I tried, but the problem is that it was showing error,
It was
showing some error, line 150 some error, and I tried to copy in one file, and I
hmm,
just compiled it. That time it was run.
it was
I
running.
got the shell.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Even with the sudo su, you can get root privilege.
sudo su, but do you know the password?
Then using our because uh, root user is logged now, sir. So you can
Mhm.
log in with normal user password.
Okay, on that system, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
on that particular in that particular situation, yeah, that happens. But that is
yeah,
not going to be the case in all systems. Okay, keep that
yeah,
in
yeah.
mind as well. Okay, so like you were able to do that without issues, right? Or was there anything
Yes,
else?
sir.
Okay,
No,
so
no, sir. Nothing.
no. Okay, so no questions, nothing that you would like to ask, because if there is anything related to that system that you would like to ask or clarify, then I think we should do that before we move on. No? Okay. Now, okay, so the second system that I told you to download was Mr. Robot. I think I mentioned that. So, have you set that up on your system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, today we are going to work on that. Right. So again, as with the other systems, the first
Sir?
thing that we need to do, yes, yes,
Yes, sir, please continue.
okay. So just like with any other machine that we might come across, the first thing that we need to do is figure out the IP of our target system. Okay, so in order to do that, we have seen a couple of commands for that. Can anyone tell me what those are?
Netdiscover, sir.
Netdiscover, okay. And
Or
what is
Nmap,
the other option? Netdiscover is one option.
Nmap, or Nmap. Hello?
Or
Or
okay,
Nmap,
so
sir.
we can use either of the two. Yeah, yeah, I heard you.
Okay, okay. I didn't hear your voice. That's all.
Okay. Oh, see, so we can use either of the two options. Let's try using Netdiscover. And as earlier, I also need to specify the interface. Okay, Ethernet 0. And what else? I need to specify the range. Now, in the first two results that we get, see, we have 10.0.2.1, 2.2. If you notice, both of them have the same MAC address. So this is most likely just a second interface for the gateway. So we can ignore these two. Now the other two results that we have 2.3 and 2.244. Okay, so one of the devices says, that's this 2.3, it says all ports are filtered and it's not able to tell us the operating system either. But for the other device, we see a few open ports and it's giving us the operating system details. Now just excuse me for a moment, I have to take this call from.
Okay, sir. No.
Okay, so as I was saying, for the second IP, this one 10.0.2.244. For this, we are getting a few open ports, and it's also telling us that it's running a version of Linux. Okay, so Let's focus on this IP now. In map, first we can try to run a complete port scan.
Sir, why it's taking long time?
Sometimes this kind of issue is just due to the VirtualBox configuration. I mean, of course, in a more realistic scenario, this can take much longer. But for now, we have the machines on the same network, and this is scan for the all the ports. So of course, it's going to take longer than a normal scan. Okay, so we are getting the exact same results. There are only three ports open on this device. Okay, now cannot even open. It's saying that the SSH is closed. Okay, and the other ones are open. Let's see if we can try to run a script scan, find the vulnerabilities here.
Sir, 1 minute, I will be back.
Yeah, sure. Okay, seems like it's stuck. But let me just focus it on those ports.
Yes. So for advanced vulnerability scanning, which tool you will be suggesting?
There are quite a few out there. There is OpenVAS, there is Nessus. If it's a web
Okay.
application, then you have Nikto, Uniscan, WP
So
Scan.
is it mandatory to use tool to test the vulnerability?
How are you otherwise
Hello.
going to figure out any issues there?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, of course, what you can do is, let's say you find out what version of a particular service is running. Okay, then you look that up on exploit.db or in Metasploit, see if you can find something for it.
Okay. Manually.
Yeah, but then
Mm-hmm.
you would have to do that for every service that's running. Of course, you can do that if you want, but in that way you might miss out on a few things. That's okay. This scan seems to be taking a really long time. What we can do is, since we know that these are okay, so it gave us the results just now. So it has found a few directories and it's telling us about them. Okay, let's see. Let's try visiting the website. And since it's running on port 80, we can simply say 10.0.2.244, which is the IP. Okay, and we see something here. What? let's try accessing it over HTTPS, see whether that makes a difference. Hmm. Okay, this actually opens up a sort of interface which is not really opening up right now. Actually, not an interface, it's just sort of a visual that opens up.
Sir, actually, it's opening HTTPS site.
HTTPS, I
Yes,
specified
sir.
HTTPS, that's why it's opening that.
Okay, okay.
I
Actually,
specified,
it has even HTTP and HTTPS open.
yeah, it has both those ports open. Yeah, that's right.
Are you restarting, sir?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now let me just restart this and then I'll. Now, this is different from the other machines that we've seen previously in the sense that this actually contains flags for us to capture. So there are three flags in total on this particular machine. Let's try restarting this, or actually,
Is it working, sir?
nope, not working. I'm just going to run a quick scan. I'm actually trying to figure out the IP address for that machine for the host only adapter so I can try to access it from my host OS. I'm trying to see if there's an issue with the implementation of the HTTP server itself, or it's just not showing that on my VM. Just trying to see that.
Is there any problem with the machine, sir?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, if there's a problem with the machine itself, or is it just not showing up properly in the browser. Okay, this, just cancel this. Okay, let's try accessing other things on the website. There's actually an animation which
Okay.
plays out, which is not working in this case. Now, the first thing that we do when we visit a website is see if we can find something in the source. Okay, so we just receive, okay, there's some text like this: you are not alone. So actually, this entire system, this machine is based on a TV show by the same name. So it has some of those elements, that's the theme of this CTF. Okay, so it doesn't look like there is anything that would help us here. So
Okay.
let's close this. Now, can anyone tell me what is another URL that you should try and visit to see if
Sir,
it,
can you wait for 5 minutes, sir? Just 5 minutes. I will be back.
okay?
Just 5 minutes. Thank you. Hi, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
As I was saying, what is the first URL you check on a website to see if you can find some sensitive data? No, no answers there. Okay. See, whenever you visit a website, especially like if you're talking in the context of a CTF, so when you visit websites like these, always check out this URL robots.txt. Okay, you might find something here. And if you look at the results, you'll see that we have actually found something interesting. So we found two files. One is fsociety.dic. Okay, we'll have to take a look at what that is. And the other is key1of3.txt. So, like I said, this machine has three flags or three keys, and it looks like we've already found the first one. So, let's try and view that. Okay, so this is our first key or our first flag, you would say. The next thing we found is this file. Let's try to see what this is. Now, everything that's a part of robots.txt file will be a URL on the server. So since it's not prefixed by anything, we know that we just attach it here and it will take us to something. Okay, it says that okay, it's a file and it's asking us to download it. Save file, it has been downloaded. Okay, now if I go to downloads and I try to see the file, okay, I think seeing it with less would be a better idea. Okay, so this looks like it's a word list or a dictionary file. That's why this .dic extension. Okay, so it's a word list basically. So there's nothing we can actually do on this file as of now. So, okay, let's continue looking.
Okay.
If I try to view the details of this file, so it does not really have any details as to what kind of file this is. But okay, by looking at the contents, we can see that it's a word list. It might be useful to us later on, so we hold on to that for now. And
Okay.
let's see what else we can figure out from the website. Okay, is the page source giving us anything? No, we've checked this already. Okay, let's try and use derb and find out what kind of directories exist on the website. Let's see what we found. Okay, so the first thing that it has found is this directory 10.0.2.244/0, and there's
Okay.
also an admin directory. So let's check these out.
Sir, it was not listing on robot.txt.
Not listening. Okay.
No, no, it was not listed on robot.txt now.
It is not listing. Okay. Actually, this might not have listed. It actually goes in alphabetical order. Robots is with R. It's currently only at C.
Okay.
The Nmap scan that we ran earlier, that actually,
Now within robot.txt it will have some file. No, sir. These files are accessible.
yeah, these files are
Okay,
accessible.
you are checking the HTTP. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, sir.
No, please, if there's any confusion, ask. Okay.
Okay, then what are the files listed in robot.txt, sir? Whether it's a system file or any related to website.
See, robot.txt is related to website. It does not have anything to do with system files. The purpose of
Okay,
that file is to tell web crawlers like Google or Yahoo, all of these search engines, they have their own web crawlers which try to visit all the available websites and add those web pages to their index. So, if there's something on your site that you want to prevent from being indexed from to prevent from being publicly accessible via search results, then you need to add that in the robots.txt file. So that's why if you visit that file robots.txt, it can give you some details about sensitive data or files that might the
sir,
company
but
might
what is the
want
reason
public
it will
access.
show deny now, sir? In robot.txt, it will show some files are allowed, some files are denied.
Hmm.
Then what is the reason they are putting the denied files in robot.txt? They can omit that, no?
Because if they if they deny a file and you need to write an entry for every single file, that's going to make it a very long file. Okay, so that's why it's easier to just put the files that are not allowed.
Okay,
Okay, so from that we figured out two files. Okay, one was a flag itself, and another file was this word list that we found. Now we don't really know where we can use this word list yet, so we'll just hold on to it for the time being.
okay.
And the other directories that we found, let's try visiting those. Maybe we'll find something there. Let's see. Users blog. Okay, so we have reached a blog, but there is nothing in this blog. There is no data, nothing. But now we also know that this website is a WordPress website again. Okay,
Okay.
so the other directory that was discovered was admin. Let's see whether we are able to access it. Okay, so this is just a page. It keeps on reloading. It's a dead end kind of. Let's just go back. Now, since this is a WordPress website, we can actually run WP scan. So WP scan URL is okay. So let's see what this tells us. Okay, server is Apache. They're not really relevant. Robots.txt found. We have checked that already. WordPress readme found. Okay, this is not really telling us anything. WordPress theme in use 2015. Okay, version is out of date. No plugins found. Let's see if we can enumerate the users. Okay, actually, we'll continue with this in the next session.